guys, it's Tiffany. I am going to talk a little bit about Google Drive today just because it's a resource that I used when I was in high school. Normally the school gives each child a Gmail account so that way they can use this, and so I'm just going to log in with a new account so that way there's no other elements already added into my Google Drive, so that way it's easier for you guys to understand what's going on. So this is, like I said, a new one, so nothing will be added to it. So I'm just going to log in like normal. Well, let's see if we can get the password right. There we go. Alright, and so now this is just privacy. We can skip through that. So you're going to go over here to this little picture right here that is 9 squares, and you're going to go down to Drive. And then we'll wait for it to load. Okay, and it tells you that you get 15 gigabytes free for documents, photos, and more. So as you can see, there's nothing on my Google Drive as of right now. So I'm going to just start by adding a new folder. So this folder, I'm just going to title it Intro to Business. Let's just say that's my course, and so I asked them to create a folder in order to hold all of their work that they are doing for Intro to Business. Okay, so now we want to give this access to other people, including myself, since I am the teacher, and we want to be able to do that. So I'm just going to type in my other email and say that this is the teacher's email and they want to be added to it, and anybody else in the class you can add in here, and you can add a note if necessary, but I don't really need to at this time. So now that I did that, it is accessible by not only myself, but is also accessible from the teacher's perspective as well, so they can see all of their work and what they've been working on, and it'll actually tell you the times that it's been edited to. So that's really important, so that way you can see when they're working on it and that they're actually working on their work. So let me double click on the folder, and then I'll open up the folder. So I am going to, I right-clicked and click Upload Files. Now I am going to go to Documents. And let's see, I'm going to add a pretest. So this pretest is here. So now I can double click on this. And this pretest is here. And there you can print it. You can download it. You can share it. And if you don't have to share each individual document. Now that I've shared the whole folder with my teacher, per se, then all of this stuff is found here. So now what you can do with this one is you can open it. And once it loads, I can edit it. Or I should be able to edit it once it loads. So I can edit it. So let me get past the header footer. Well, if it's going to load, no thanks. Okay, so now I can type in my name, and let's fix this so that way it's still in line with this. The date is 5/7/16. Just kidding. Let's just say my ID number is, I'm just going to use my student ID number, so that way it is the same. That's where I will post the results, so this is something that they won't mess with, and let's just say that this is 2nd period. So this is the pretest. It gives them the instruction that they should take it based on their prior knowledge, and this is something I would give at the beginning of the course to make sure that they know a little bit about the information, but that they don't know everything, because of course we want them to learn and retain as much information as possible. So with that being said, this is just given to them at the beginning of the course in order to see how much they learn at the end of the semester. So with this, the easiest way that they could do this is to, let's just say we want A as the answer. There should be a way to highlight it. No? Let's see if we can find it. I know there is a way to do so. Oh, there it is, highlight. So now we can highlight it yellow. So now you can see that that is my answer choice. So, and also eventually, if I would like to, I could come here and add, well, not that. Let's see what's going on. I don't know why it's not letting me edit it, but let me go back and fix that. Oops. Okay. So eventually I could come in front of the 1 if it would allow me to, and just kind of add like a space for them to give me the answer choice, so they could type in here that they want A as their answer. So I could do that as well, but or you could just highlight the answer. And now that they have, once they finish taking this entire thing, which is only five questions since it's just a pre-test, and we just want to see kind of a little bit of what their prior knowledge is, so that way it's not taking a lot of class time up. And that way we have this here, so that, and then it automatically saves it, and it'll say all changes saved in Drive, so that way you never lose your work. So that's one good thing about using Drive, is that you always have a backup. Like if something were to happen and it's not saved, it's already saved. You don't have to click the save button. And again, you can share the documents. Let's say they're working on this pretest with another student. They can type in a name, and especially if there's a if you're on a school email, the names will pop up, which is really nice to know, so that way if you don't quite know their email address, it'll come up. So that's one way. And it will actually send an email to the person that you shared it with, saying that so-and-so shared this document with you to view, so that way you know that it's there. So now we can click this little button right here. I don't know if you can see it, but it's a blue button, and it has a bunch of lines in it. It kind of looks like the left-hand line button on Word. So we're going to click that, and we go back to the start page. Well, there we go. So now the pretest is on there, and let's go back to documents or Drive, so that way we can see. And the good thing about this is you can actually create documents as well. So as soon as this loads, I will show you that. So if we want, let's go ahead and click on the folder, so that way we're still adding things into the folder. And we're going to click New. Let's see. Now you can make a Google document, you can make Google Sheets, which is basically an Excel spreadsheet, or you can make a PowerPoint. So for now we're just going to create a document, and we're creating it in a shared folder, so it just wants to make sure that you're okay with giving that access. So once this loads, and I'm running out of time, so I'm going to try to hurry this process up just a little bit. So you can go up to the untitled document area right here, hopefully, if it'll load, and we can rename it. Oh. Well, what's going on? There we go. And we can rename it. Let's just say that this is Why Business is Important. Let's just say I gave them a paper as their first assignment to tell me why they think business is important. So here you can start your paper. well, if I can spell my name right, Tiffany Smith. The next is Introduction to Business. The professor's name is, well, this would be a high school class, so it's going to be Miss Smith. And then the date is 7 May 2016. Okay, so now we want to edit this and make it double spaced. And then we're going to enter at title and say why business is important. So, as you can see, this is a great tool to use, and there's many different options. You can print it, you can undo if you do something that you don't want to do, you can zoom in and out of it, you can have normal text as well as like a title, heading, all that. You can change the font, you can change the font size, you can bold it, italicize, underline, you can change the text color or highlight something if necessary, you can attach a link, you can add a comment, and that will come over to the side, so that way that's a good tool for the teachers to use to tell them, oh, this right here needs to be worded a little bit better, or this would be a great place to add an in-text citation and use a source, and you can type that over to the side and it'll just tell them. It won't edit their document, but it'll just tell them that they need to work on something, or you can even just say that it was a great job and that there's no editing need to be done. And then here is where you can align. You can left justification, or you can move it to the right or center it, whatever you need to do. And then there's line spacing, numbers, bullets, increase, indent, and then clear formatting. So that's this, and let's just say, I think business is important because it is a part of our everyday lives. So that's just going to be my first sentence. And like I said, it automatically saves it. It's in the document. It's already shared to the person. And again, if I'm working on this with somebody else, I can click share and add their email address in. So that is basically the gist of Google Documents and Google Drive. And I think that it's a great tool to use just because you can create documents, you can share documents, it automatically saves your documents, so you're in no harm if something goes wrong and your computer crashes. It is already saved into the cloud, and so it's already there for your use in case something like that were to happen. So that's a really important tool. And it's also important because you can automatically save it, and your teacher already gets the information since it's in your drive, and they're into the shareability, so it's there, and the teacher automatically gets access to it, so that way you don't have to worry about emailing, and it's already there, and there's no place that you have to upload it. So that's a great tool, and I think that it's an important tool to use just because it's a great way to incorporate just work in general, and having them work on things and having a place to store it without having to rely on a jump drive or rely on a computer, just because sometimes those documents can get lost, the link can be broken, and other things like that. So I think that it's important to have a place like this that has a backup, and that way all of your information is stored, and again, the teacher has access to it.